common, like people, not many people know much plant names lah. Maybe we can come out with a category such as foods, a simple category that we have a lot of common knowledge and vocabulary about it. And then another thing is that maybe we can set time for each group instead of like the mark I mean like the point where we see the group already end their turn is when they cannot answer already, right? But then some group may take a long turn and that will kind of like disturb the time that we have provided for them lah. So I think it will be much better if we set time for each round and each group, no matter how many, if like they still wanted to continue, but then if the time is up, then maybe we can stop already lah and proceed with the next group. Yeah. And then for the last one, test IQ, it is fine to be played individually, but then to be honest, it doesn't have any engagement at all. Like for example, the video emoji, at least we open camera and see each other, right? But then for test the IQ, there's no single engagement between participants as well as the hostess lah. I'm not sure how it is in room 2, but that's how it is in room 1 lah. So my opinion is that maybe you guys can opt for a simple and a more easygoing games that actually let them interact with each other. I think I got mentioned to Dara before this, like an example of a games that actually they can chit chat with each other. For example, if you guys had played Fold Your Finger, I think Sabrina got played this during my other event lah. Put your finger down if you. That one is like they ask each other question, and if they meet the criteria they will have to fold their fingers, but that way they can like they will have to open their mic and also they will actually get to know each other. Another thing is the thing that we play during the ice breaking session of the IOIC committee, the first time of our meeting, pass the ball if I'm not mistaken, the one where we take turn to ask questions to each other. This kind of game is more engaging lah, in my point of view. Like they will have to talk and actually interact with each other instead of like playing the games individually. Because if you wanted them to play individually, then it won't be named as engagement session. And then I think that's all for my comments on the engagement session lah. And then for the highlighted event 4, I'm not sure how it is in room 2, but then there's totally no communication in my room at all. Like they are doing the things on their own without talking or discussing or anything. And then maybe if you to make them actually interact with each other, maybe we can add an instruction where there's only one person who can access to the museum location, and the person needs to share screen. When sharing the screen, the other members will have to like discuss and instruct the person who is sharing the screen where they need to go in order to find the things. And like if some person found the things while they are exploring, then that person can mention, oh, I see it that, something like that lah, so that they can actually talk with each other instead of being silent during the session. Because in our room just now, it's like a total dead silent between the committee, between the participants. Yeah. And then the submission file, which is we need to put the pictures in a Word, right? In a Word and then convert it into PDF file and submit. Another option you guys maybe want to consider is that we put the submission in a spreadsheet where all the sheets contain different levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, so that it is all like included in the same place, and we need to provide the sheet to them so that they can use only one sheet like instead of like, I think I noticed the response from some groups just now. It's like members from the same group actually submitted a different file, so it seems like they just do their work individually without even communicating or like putting the pictures together in the same file. There's no communication or teamwork at all during the session. Yeah. Mm. And then maybe to enhance more communication before we start the game, maybe we can have a session for them to like discuss their strategies on how they will tackle all the sections and also the pictures. For example, maybe their strategy is like uh whatever the strategy is, but then they will have to communicate lah before starting the game. So at least like it won't be too awkward and too silent in between the session because though it seems like there's no communication at all lah. I think that's all for me for the feedbacks. I'm not sure how the session went for the other room, so maybe they're saying also at their feedbacks as well.
Okay, thank you, Wawa, for the long feedback. Maybe I go next. So, for the engagement section, right? Because you guys have to explain the instructions, and sometimes the instructions is a bit long, and I think the atmosphere is a bit awkward lah. So maybe if you guys want, you guys can add some background music together with the slide. So if you when you share the slides and the room got some background music, so it is not only the voice of the facey lah. And then and then the people who share the slides need to practice more together with the facey lah, because from what I see, the person who share the slide seems like also not familiar with the slide, and when the facey explain the instructions, and the slide will move to another place like that, so it is not matched with what the facey saying, so will cause some confusion to the participants. So maybe can practice more on this part. And then for the highlighted event, we have put a video before they go to the breakout session, right? And then at the ending of the video, it will appear the proton ending, right? So maybe that part can cut, because I think without the proton ending part is better for the whole video lah. And then just a reminder, when the person sharing the screen, remember to turn off your computer notification sound, because if I'm not mistaken, just now I think it's Hui Wen sharing the video, and then I keep hearing the WhatsApp notification sound, and then I thought it's my WhatsApp, and but I can't see any notification lah, so I think it's Hui Wen one. So remember that no matter you share screens during the case study, the event or what event lah, so remember to turn off your computer notification sound lah, to avoid any disturb. And then and then for the highlighted event 4, will we create a WhatsApp group for the participant, or they will create the group by themselves? Because like just now is actually created by their own app, which is by us, by the participants. So maybe P&A can consider this, whether we create to them like the engagement sections, or they need to create by themselves. I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Celine and Wawa, for the feedbacks. Okay. So for me, I didn't join the game, so I can like give feedbacks on the game sangat. But somehow I ada jump from room to room, and I can see that the atmosphere of the room is really awkward. Where at some at one time I joined the room and I asked Wawa either the game is done already or not. So I macam uh, because there's no interaction between the participants langsung during I guess during that moment good, but I can see that both room has the same problem, which is lack of the interaction between the participants lah. Okay. Secondly, about the host, I think that the host yang person in charge for that day need to keep their energy macam stable lah, macam because I can see that at the first macam awal-awal the energy of the host is really at a high level tau, but once the participant punya respond pun makin low, and then I can see that the energy is getting low. It is getting lower. So what I can say is I advise you guys to like keep the energy until the end, so that the participant pun and so that you know how to like attract their attention and how to make them participate more during the games. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Dara, for the tomorrow session, will you guys be briefing about the video instruction? The next fundraise event. So you guys will, the instruction will be mentioned tomorrow lah for that one. I was thinking instead of like doing the infographic one, since anyways we couldn't actually practice the real day of the event, because like the flow is that we will give instruction, then the participant will discuss and we will post in Facebook. So it's not possible for us to rehearse for that lah. So I was thinking maybe instead of like we putting efforts and time into doing the rehearsal, but then the flow will not be the same anyways. Maybe we can skip on the rehearsal for the comedy plot thickens and actually focus on improving today's session flow instead. It means that tomorrow we don't have rehearsal lah. But then maybe if you guys want to do rehearsal, can do for the MCing, sharing slide, but then just involve the PIC lah. No, doesn't involve all the committees one. Since I think quite a lot of people also cannot join for tomorrow, and then it might be hard for them to either do the infographic or the video itself. So maybe we can cut time on that and focus on the important matters first. Okay. And then if PNC wanted to have a meeting later on, maybe you guys can, maybe we DMT can join as well lah, so that we can like give feedback directly during that session rather than we give after you guys settle doing it and then you guys need to redo again. So maybe we can cut time with that lah. If you guys got any meeting, can just invite me, Cheng, and also Ed as well. Okay. I think that's all from me.
I would like to thank all the aunties also for your feedback. I will have taken everything into consideration. That I wrote every single thing. And then I'll try to improve. And Wawa wants to end the WebEx, is it?
You
Because
guys nak guna ke?
if you want to end, then I'll ask them to enter Google Meet lah.
Or
Because
I can just like not close it, like I leave, but then I left you guys in here. It's possible lah if you guys want to continue here.
Okay. Because I just want to go through a bit with the feedback form.
Can. Then I just leave without ending the meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Then later on, PNC can also announce that tomorrow there will be no rehearsal for the committee.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Kitana and PNC. Thank you also to PW team. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you, PNC. Thank you, QBW. Thank you, Tiara. And thank you, all
Thank
other
you.
Have a good rest, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good
Have a good
rest.
rest.
Don't continue your meeting until too late, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You guys still have energy left.